the previous video, we talked about building the right marketing team, hiring for curiosity and execution, owning clear growth responsibilities, and building a culture where learning beats ego. Now, we move to Chapter 10, working with internal groups. Alex Schultz makes something very, very clear. Growth doesn't happen inside the marketing department alone. It happens when marketing works well with product, engineering, finance, brand, support, and the leadership team. If those groups operate in silos or work against each other, growth will slow down. Not because the strategy is wrong, but because the organization is misaligned. He explained that at Facebook, growth partnered deeply with the product and engineering teams. Instead of asking for features, they collaborated on building them together. Growth teams shared real user insights, surfaced many friction points, and influenced product roadmap decisions. Because if your product isn't conversion friendly, no ad budget in the world can save you. Alex also talks about finance. Great growth teams don't see finance as a blocker. They see it as a strategic partner. Shared clarity on acquisition targets, payback windows, and lifetime value assumptions keep the company disciplined as a whole. When marketing and finance understand each other's logic, you avoid panic cuts during dips in revenue and reckless spending during spikes. Another big theme here is communication. Strong growth leaders explain why decisions are made, not just what they are doing. They bring data, context, and user insight into every conversation. They simplify complex growth concepts for non-technical teams. And they don't just lecture, they collaborate. He also highlights respect in this chapter. Marketing isn't above other functions, and other functions aren't above marketing. Teams that treat engineering as execution machines or treat marketing as just ads people break trust quickly. The best companies assume positive intent, align around shared outcomes, and treat friction as a problem to solve, not a battlefield to win. To repeat a similar point from earlier chapters, prioritize outcomes over opinions. Cross-functional success comes from shared goals, clear metrics, and letting data, not hierarchy, settle debates. If everyone in the company is aligned to the same North Star metric, politics have less room to grow. Now, here's where you pay attention. How can you bring these tips to your marketing strategy? First, align incentives across departments. Everyone should work towards the same business outcome, not isolated team KPIs. If goals are competing, progress will stall. Next, make product your growth partner, not your vendor. Bring real user insights. Co-own activation and retention, not just acquisition. Then, treat finance as your calibration system, not your enemy. Agree on CAC, payback, and lifetime value models. When finance trusts your discipline, budget scales faster. And finally, over-communicate context. Share learnings, not just results. Explain why a test matters, not just whether it won. Clarity builds trust. And keep decisions aligned. To sum it up simply, the best growth teams don't fight for control inside the same company. They build alignment so growth can compound everywhere. In the next video, we'll move to Chapter 11, Product-Led Channels, and why some of the most powerful acquisition engines aren't ads at all, but product experiences that drive organic, natural growth that's user-backed. That's it for this video. If you would like to see more such informational content, please subscribe to Zocket's YouTube channel below.